Something felt off the moment NBA YoungBoy walked on that stage. The crowd was screaming, cameras flashing, but his energy? Different. Darker. Fans noticed it first. The way he kept looking toward the side of the stage like he was waiting for someone, or watching for something. This wasn't the same YoungBoy they'd seen 100 times before. The concert in Baton Rouge was supposed to be a celebration. His first live show back home in almost 2 years. But minutes before he hit the mic, his team was seen arguing backstage. One fan caught it on video. Security pulling someone away while YoungBoy's manager shouted, "Not tonight, bro!" The clip disappeared online hours later. Who took it down and why? As he performed Outside Today, the lights flickered mid-song. Some said it was a tech issue, others said it was a warning. Then, just as the beat dropped, YoungBoy turned his back to the crowd and said something into his mic. Words that fans still can't agree on. Was it, "They know what they did"? Or, "It's over tonight"? The audio's been slowed, filtered, remixed. No one can say for sure. Seconds later, he walked off stage mid-performance. No goodbye, no encore, just gone. The venue lights stayed off for nearly 10 minutes. When they finally came back on, his team had vanished too. No press release, no footage from backstage, no word from YoungBoy himself for the next 72 hours. So what really happened that night? Was it a setup? A silent message? Or did YoungBoy finally reach his breaking point? Fans think there's more to the story, something his camp doesn't want the world to see. And if the whispers are true, the proof might already be out there. The internet went into a frenzy that night. TikTok was flooded with clips from the show, most shaky, most blurry, but all filled with questions. One post that went viral came from an account called Akailach Exo. She wrote, "Nahab looked like he seen a ghost on that stage. He wasn't performing. He was paranoid." That tweet got over 100,000 likes in just 6 hours. And then there was the Reddit thread, Wibe Updates, where a user named TharGreenFlame claimed he had a cousin who worked backstage. He said, "They told me the lights didn't flicker by accident. Somebody from another team was messing with the power board trying to send a message." The rumors started twisting fast. Some fans thought it was label tension. Others swore it was street politics, following him to the stage. One fan wrote, "You can take YB out the streets, but you can't take the streets out of YB. And sometimes the streets come back." Still, no one could explain why his security looked uneasy all night. Eyes scanning the crowd, whispering into earpieces, and never leaving their spots. By morning, blogs were on it. Saycheese posted a blurred screenshot of the so-called argument backstage. The caption read, "Something went down before NBA YoungBoy touched that mic." The comments were wild. People saying they heard gunshots outside the venue. Others saying he got a phone call mid-show that changed everything, but none of it was verified. Then came the first supposed leak. A 30-second audio clip uploaded to Twitter by an account called A No Jumper Backup. It sounded like someone talking fast, whispering over heavy bass. The voice wasn't clear, but fans claimed it was YoungBoy saying, "They think I don't know. They think it's sweet." Within hours, the clip was deleted, but not before screen recordings spread everywhere. What made things weirder was how his team went completely silent. His Instagram story disappeared. His label posted nothing. Even people known to be close to him, like his engineer and childhood friend Oj33, didn't comment. Fans started clocking timestamps, looking at old photos, and comparing tattoos to figure out who was even with him that night. One fan theory that gained traction came from a Reddit post titled "Hidden Tape from Baton Rouge Show." It was uploaded by a user named Trap Detective 94. He claimed he'd seen a second camera angle from a crew member's phone. In his description, he wrote, "The moment he walked off stage, someone behind him said, 'It's done now,' and the camera cuts off." The way it sounded. It wasn't like a threat, it was like confirmation. Meanwhile, the venue itself released a short statement saying, "Due to unforeseen circumstances, the performer had to end the show early." That only made fans more suspicious. Unforeseen circumstances, that's usually code for something bigger. Over the next 24 hours, 3 different insider accounts started dropping clues on Instagram stories. One said, "Check the chain." Another said, "Whoa, look at the green mic." Fans started analyzing his jewelry and stage setup frame by frame. That's when someone noticed. The mic he used that night had a green sticker on it, not the usual red. People started saying that green meant safe, red meant don't go. If that's true, then who switched his mic? There was also talk about a missing bag. A crew member supposedly left a duffel backstage before the show, and after the chaos, that bag was gone. Nobody claimed it, nobody reported it. Rumors said it had a hard drive inside. Unreleased songs, voice memos, maybe even private footage. If that's true, whoever took it might hold the key to what happened that night. A local radio host from Baton Rouge named DJ Slugo went live and said, "I can't say too much, but that boy got a warning. Not from no label, not from no rival, from someone inside." That statement alone blew up the timeline. Who inside? His team? His family? The label? Fans started connecting it to his recent interviews, where he mentioned feeling set up and done being surrounded by fake energy. In one old clip, he said, "Everybody smiling ain't happy for you." Those words suddenly sounded like prophecy. By the second night, the hashtag #Uwerisip was trending. People were making TikToks with slowed down versions of his songs. Captions like, "Was he telling us goodbye?" One video by AYB.Baby Mama69 showed a zoomed in frame of him on stage with what looked like a text notification lighting up his phone in his pocket. The caption read, "He got a message before he left." Whether that's true or not, it added more gasoline to the fire. A supposed crew member finally broke silence on a burner Twitter account named Abushow Runner. They posted, "I was there. YB found out something 10 minutes before performing. Something personal. It wasn't about money or music. It was betrayal. Fans lost it." Betrayal? By who? The label? The mother of his kids? His homies? The replies were full of theories, and then the strangest piece of evidence dropped. A short Instagram reel from a fan sitting near the side exit. In the clip, you can barely see YoungBoy walking fast toward a black Sprinter van, while two men follow him. One of them shouts, "You can't just walk out, bro." YoungBoy turns his head slightly, says something the mic doesn't catch and gets inside. The van door slams, the engine starts, and that's it. End of footage. People who claim to know him say that van wasn't his usual ride. His normal driver wasn't even there that night. So who was behind the wheel? Who was behind the wheel? The more fans dug, the darker it got. Someone posted that the security cameras at the back of the venue malfunctioned during those 10 minutes of darkness. Others said the promoter was told to delete all backstage footage immediately. Why would anyone need to do that unless there was something to hide? Another Reddit post by user Lorel94 read, "Check his setlist. Last song was supposed to be No Smoke. He never made it there. What if that's the message?" Around day 3, an anonymous Instagram page named IbTruthHub uploaded a blurred photo claiming to be from the green room. The caption said, "They tried to warn him before he went on. He didn't listen. Within 30 minutes, the account vanished." By now, everyone online was talking about a supposed hidden tape. The theory went like this. A fan who was live streaming from the upper balcony accidentally caught something in the background when the lights flickered. A shadow moving toward the stage stairs. Fans enhanced the footage and said it looked like someone signaling. Others said it was just stage crew. But what if it wasn't? One commenter wrote, "It's always the small detail people overlook. He walked off stage, but maybe he was told to." And just as things started to cool down, a new rumor dropped from a blog called The Plug's Corner. They claimed a member of his camp sold private footage to a media outlet for $10,000, showing the real reason he left that stage. No one's seen it yet, but apparently that footage hasn't been released publicly because it could change how people see the whole night. The question that keeps echoing is, who leaked it and why are they holding it back? By the end of the 4th night, YoungBoy's official YouTube channel uploaded a blank, silent 1-minute video titled simply, "This Ain't the End." No caption. No description. It stayed up for only 12 minutes before disappearing. Fans screenshotted it, of course. Some said it was a message to let them know he's okay. Others think it was someone else who had access to his account, teasing something bigger. The tension online was unbearable. Fans fighting, bloggers chasing clicks, and everyone trying to piece together fragments of what could have been a setup, a breakdown, or both. Then, a final piece of the puzzle surfaced. A voicemail clip, allegedly sent from a blocked number to a local journalist. The voice said, "If you really want to know why he left, ask who called him 5 minutes before the lights cut." And that's where everything paused, because whoever made that call wasn't supposed to be there that night. The phone call. That's what everybody kept coming back to. Fans couldn't stop replaying that line from the leaked voicemail. Ask who called him 5 minutes before the lights cut. It became the internet's newest obsession. The detectives on Reddit went into overdrive, building entire timelines from screenshots, text receipts, and fan videos. A user named WibeTruthFinder dropped a post titled "The Call That Changed Everything," claiming to have a connection to the venue's communications team. A private call came in from an unlisted number routed through the venue's office phone, they wrote. It lasted 37 seconds. After that, YoungBoy was seen pacing near the backstage curtain. It was impossible to confirm, but fans took it as gospel. Another user replied, "So whoever called him, they had access to the inside lines," meaning it had to be someone he trusted or someone high up. That comment got pinned and upvoted over 2,000 times. TikTok went viral showing a side-by-side of his facial expressions before and after that supposed call. Before the call, he was laughing, bouncing around with his crew. After the call, the footage showed him frozen, staring at the ground, hands folded. It was eerie, almost like he'd just heard something that broke him. Then a voice message leaked on Twitter from a burner account named Ubby Bupdates. It sounded like a man with a deep southern accent saying, "That call came from close, from real close, and when he picked up, it wasn't what he expected." Nobody knew if it was legit, but it sent fans spiraling. Days later, a small blog called Streetwatch Daily posted an alleged transcript of that mysterious phone call. It read, "Caller, you think they loyal? Check your circle. YB, who this? Caller, the one they tried to keep from you." The call supposedly ended right there. Of course, no one could verify it. But it felt too cinematic, too perfect to be fake. And yet, the way things had been going, nothing seemed too far-fetched. Around this time, tension started showing within his circle. One of his close affiliates, Quando, went live on Instagram, looking stressed. "I'm sick of people saying we don't know what's going on. We know, y'all just don't," he said before ending the live abruptly. That clip spread fast, and fans noticed he wasn't wearing his usual chain, the one YoungBoy had given him. That alone sparked new rumors that there'd been a fallout behind the scenes. And then came the twist nobody saw coming. A leaked call surfaced between YoungBoy's engineer and an unknown man. The audio, which blogs quickly reposted, was short but explosive. Engineer. He said he wasn't performing that night, but they pushed him anyway. He said something felt off. Unknown voice. Did he say why? Engineer. He got that call. Said it was her. The internet froze. Her? Who was she? Instantly, fans connected the dots to his on and off relationships. Within hours, tweets flew around naming 3 different women, each with their own receipts, text messages, screenshots, even old voice memos. A fan tweet from Ibmoments read, "This not about music no more. This about family." Others speculated it could be someone from his past trying to warn him or expose something. One theory said the call came from the mother of his child, telling him someone in his team was betraying him. In the middle of all this chaos, one small clip from the concert began circulating again. This time, zoomed in and slowed down. At the exact moment the lights flicker, a man in a grey hoodie can be seen walking from the stage wing toward the back. A Reddit user named WibeFootageHunter wrote, "That's the same hoodie his cousin wore in the vlog 2 days before. Same stripes, same colour, but he wasn't supposed to be at that show." That revelation cracked the story wide open. Now fans weren't just talking about betrayal. They were pointing fingers. Screenshots flooded in, people dissecting past Instagram lives where the cousin had looked uncomfortable whenever the concert got mentioned. A tweet from Arielbra Plug said, "Bro walked him to the stage just to dip when the lights went out. That's not coincidence." And just as the internet began forming a narrative around family betrayal, another leak dropped. A backstage video from before the concert. In it, YoungBoy can be seen sitting alone in a folding chair, hoodie up, while two men argue in the background. One voice says, "You shouldn't tell him yet." The other replies, "He deserves to know." The camera pans, and the clip cuts off right before showing who's talking. The uploader, who went by Hidden Archives, claimed the original clip was 20 minutes long, but only a few seconds were safe to share. Within hours, their page was gone. This was when things started to feel less like random gossip and more like a controlled leak, as if someone was releasing bits of truth piece by piece, just enough to stir the pot, but never enough to reveal everything. A user named Baton Rouge Watchdog wrote, "They playing chess, every leak is timed, every silence is planned." Some fans thought the cousin had been bribed. Others believed the call came from someone even closer, maybe his own team, warning him that the cousin had flipped. A clip from a local podcast added fuel to the fire. The host said, "Word on the street is, there's a private security tape from that night that never made it to police or the venue owner. Somebody bought it before they could even review it. If that's true, then someone out there has visual proof of everything. The argument, the call, the moment he walked off stage, but they're keeping it hidden." Then, out of nowhere, a new player entered the mix. An anonymous Instagram account named NoReturn4YB posted a blurry photo showing a phone screen with a contact name saved as unknown, blocked, and the timestamp 9:37 p.m. The caption read, "The call was recorded. If that's real, then there's an actual recording of what was said, not just rumors or secondhand accounts." The post was up for only 10 minutes, but thousands saw it. Fans began sharing theories. Maybe the call wasn't a threat, but a warning. Maybe someone inside knew something dangerous was about to happen. Maybe even a setup backstage. A Reddit user, I Did Maya Search, posted, "What if the lights cutting out wasn't a malfunction? What if it was a signal to get him out before something worse happened?" Others agreed. The timeline blew up again when a blogger named Tay Off the Streets went live and said, a certain someone from his inner circle met with a rival promoter the night before the show. She didn't name names but dropped heavy hints that pointed straight toward the same cousin fans had been, suspecting. Her exact words were, "Look at who didn't post the flyer. Look at who didn't promote the show." That tells you everything. After that, people flooded the cousin's Instagram comments with accusations. Within hours, his account went private. That silence spoke volumes. Fans were now convinced that someone close, blood or not, had betrayed YoungBoy that night. The debate shifted from what happened to why it happened. Was it jealousy, money, revenge, or was he being used as a pawn in something bigger? And while everyone online played detective, someone from his team quietly posted a cryptic message to their story. White background, black text. "The truth ain't safe no more." That post was deleted after 15 minutes, but by then, it was too late. Screenshots were already circulating with captions like, "They scared." The streets started whispering again, saying the betrayal wasn't just emotional or business related. Some said there was a deal that went wrong. Others claimed someone promised exclusive footage in exchange for hush money. And as all this noise spread, YoungBoy still hadn't spoken. 3 weeks of silence. No live, no post, nothing. It was like he disappeared into thin air. But then, a strange clip surfaced. Someone recording a phone on speaker. A faint voice in the background saying, "Don't ask me about that night. It's handled." Fans swore it sounded like him. Others said it was fake. Either way, it felt like the calm before another storm. Because just when people started thinking the mystery had peaked, a shocking new file appeared on Reddit. It was labeled Audio Hanazo 37 MP3 and uploaded by user TruthLeaks only. It was short, only 13 seconds. But in it, a man's voice said, he wasn't supposed to make it past that stage. And that single sentence changed everything. Everything shifted after that audio leak. Those 13 seconds changed the tone of the whole story. What had started as confusion turned into full-blown fear. He wasn't supposed to make it past that stage. The words echoed all over Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit. It didn't sound like a joke or a lyric. It sounded like a warning that came too late. Fans became obsessed with identifying the voice. Some said it sounded like one of his bodyguards. Others swore it was an old friend who hadn't been seen in months. One Redditor, YibDecoder, used a voice match app and claimed it was a 90% similarity to someone who used to be part of YoungBoy's road team. No one could prove it. But the match was enough to light up the entire internet. A few days later, a screenshot began circulating from a supposed group chat titled Bar Show Night. The messages showed someone saying, "Delete the backup drive. It's too risky." Another person replied, "He already knows." The timestamps matched the night of the concert, right around 9:40 p.m., the same time the mysterious call happened. That coincidence couldn't be ignored. Then, a local journalist from Louisiana posted that she received an anonymous envelope in her mailbox. Inside was a small USB drive and a folded note that said, "Watch carefully." She claimed that when she opened the drive, it contained fragments of backstage footage, nothing long, just a few seconds of blurred, chaotic movement and the sound of someone shouting, "Turn off the lights." She turned it over to the police, but the clips leaked anyway. The new footage revealed something no one expected. A woman's voice yelling, "Get him out now!" Fans immediately started connecting dots again. Who was she? Was it the same her from the leaked engineer call? The theories came faster than anyone could keep up with. One TikTok by Ibta Queen got over 2 million views in 12 hours. She slowed down the audio and layered it over other known clips of people close to YoungBoy. She claimed the voice matched someone fans hadn't seen in his circle since 2022, a childhood friend who used to handle his business behind the scenes. "This is the voice of someone who knew him well enough to tell security what to do," she said in the video. This wasn't random. Soon after, a Reddit post appeared from DeepDiveB titled "The Letter That Proves Everything." It contained what looked like scanned handwritten pages, messy cursive, tear stains, and the date September 14th. The letter started with, "I didn't want to be the one to tell him, but it was the only way." It went on to talk about loyalty, betrayal, and being forced to choose between family and safety. The signature was blurred, but the handwriting looked eerily similar to someone from his team. Fans didn't know what to believe anymore. Some said it was fake, others insisted it was real. YouTube channels began uploading dramatic breakdowns, comparing handwriting samples, playing the leaked audio backward to find hidden words. One channel even claimed that if you reverse the line, "He wasn't supposed to make it past that stage," it sounded like, "They told me run." Meanwhile, someone claiming to be a promoter from that night started posting long stories on Instagram, saying the energy backstage was tense, people were arguing about something way bigger than the show. He looked like he'd already made up his mind about leaving before he even walked out there. Another shocking revelation came when one of YoungBoy's cousins posted a cryptic message, "Some things can't be undone." That single sentence had fans convinced that the betrayal really did come from inside the family. Things escalated when a second audio file leaked, this time longer, about 2 minutes. It was allegedly a conversation between two members of his team a day after the concert. One said, "He knows about the footage. He wants to see it himself." The other replied, "Don't show him yet. It'll break him." That line, "It'll break him," tore through the fan base. Everyone started wondering what could be so devastating. Was the footage proof of betrayal, or something darker? Blogs began hinting that the hidden video might show an exchange of money backstage. Others suggested it captured a confrontation between YoungBoy and the cousin moments before he performed. A fan account named Unreleasedeb posted, "Somebody sold him out. The same person that walked him to the stage." Within minutes, the post was deleted, replaced by an apology saying, "We were told to take it down." That "we were told" part made people nervous. Who was doing the telling? At this point, the story stopped being about entertainment and started feeling like a real-life mystery. Everyone wanted answers, but every clue led to another question. Then, unexpectedly, a clip surfaced on Telegram from an anonymous source. It showed what appeared to be YoungBoy's dressing room after the show. Lights flickering, people shouting, and his manager saying, "Lock that door!" The video was only 8 seconds long, but it confirmed one thing. Something went down backstage, right after he walked off. The next morning, a new Reddit thread titled "The Diary Pages" appeared. The post contained screenshots of handwritten notes allegedly found in a discarded notebook belonging to someone close to him. The pages mentioned calls from blocked numbers, trusting the wrong ones, and having proof in the drive. The handwriting looked rushed, Emotional, almost desperate. One line stood out. If it gets out, everyone's going to know the truth about that night. Fans began piecing everything together. The call, the cousin, the missing drive, the note, the tapes. It all pointed to one thing. There was a recording of what really happened, and someone didn't want it seen. In a podcast episode that went viral, the host said, "The real story ain't about him walking off stage. It's about what he found out." Right before he did, rumors spread that the USB drive contained footage of someone slipping something into his drink backstage, or maybe handing a folded piece of paper to the cousin. Nobody knew for sure, but that's all it took for the story to explode again. On Twitter, IBUpdateX wrote, "The footage will leak before the year ends. They can't hide it forever." The tweet got 500,000 views in one night. That same night, a blurred photo appeared on a private Discord channel showing a computer screen with the words "Drive Maori IB Final.move" highlighted. The caption said, "This is it. No one knows if it was real, but it looked official." The next day, an anonymous email was sent to multiple blogs with the subject line, "You're not ready for the truth." Inside was a single attachment, a text file reading, "The tape proves who made the call." The drama reached a boiling point. People were now convinced that the person who betrayed him wasn't just family. It was someone managing his business, maybe even his finances, and right when the internet couldn't handle anymore, an influencer went live on Instagram claiming she'd seen the real footage. She cried on camera saying, "It's worse than people think. It wasn't an accident." Her live ended mid-sentence, as if cut off. That stream sent everyone into chaos. Blogs reposted it. Fans begged for details. And conspiracy accounts claimed she'd been silenced. The following day, a new audio leak hit Reddit. It was grainy but clearly YoungBoy's voice saying, "You can't come back from that. Once it's done, it's done." Fans thought it was directed at whoever betrayed him. Others believed it was him talking to himself, processing everything. The subreddit RYB theories exploded. One post titled "This is bigger than music" got over 10,000 comments in 2 hours. People speculated that the betrayal involved not just emotional pain, but serious business moves. Money disappearing, ownership rights, contracts being changed without his knowledge. One Redditor, Music Law Plug, claimed to have seen redacted paperwork proving there was a deal made behind his back. They wrote, "The concert was the trigger. Once he found out, he shut it all down." The comment that topped the thread simply said, "He walked off stage to save himself." As more pieces fell into place, fans realized that everything, the call, the cousin, the missing drive, even the woman's voice shouting, "Get him out now," might all connect to a single event that was never meant to happen in public. TikTok showing slowed down footage of him turning toward the side of the stage with the caption, "He saw the truth hit 10 million views in one day." But the story didn't stop there, because just when people thought they'd heard it all, a new rumor spread. One that would turn everything upside down again. A message began circulating in group chats, allegedly from someone inside his label. It said, the video wasn't just leaked, it was sent to him. If that's true, then the missing drive might not be missing anymore. It might already be in his hands. And that meant only one thing. YoungBoy finally knew exactly who betrayed him. The moment everyone had been waiting for came quietly. No announcement, no leaks, no hints. Just a sudden live notification on his official Instagram page. It was late at night, barely any lighting, only the sound of crickets and a car engine running in the background. YoungBoy was sitting in the driver's seat, hoodie pulled low, face shadowed. He didn't say hello, he didn't say where he was. He just looked straight into the camera and said, "Y'all finally want to know what happened, huh?" The live lasted barely 5 minutes, but it broke the internet. He talked slow, deliberate, pausing between sentences like every word was heavy. "They played with me that night," he said. "People I loved, people I fed, but God showed me the truth before they could finish what they started." Then, he looked down at his phone, smiled faintly, and ended the live without another word. That was all it took. 5 minutes and the world went mad. Twitter exploded with clips. Reddit crashed for hours. Everyone knew the line, "before they could finish what they started," wasn't just talk. It was confirmation that the betrayal was real. Minutes after that, live ended. An anonymous Twitter account named The Show Files uploaded a video titled "What He Saw." It was only 30 seconds long. grainy and clearly filmed from backstage. The camera pointed toward a small monitor showing the live feed from the concert. You could see YoungBoy walking to the mic, and behind him, just barely visible, a man whispering into a headset. The man turned, and the frame caught his face for a split second. It was the cousin. The video froze right there. Text flashed on screen, the proof you were never supposed to see. The internet lost it. Fans flooded every comment section, every page, every forum. "It was the cousin the whole time," one tweet said. "He was part of it." Another claimed the cousin had already fled Baton Rouge that same week, posting screenshots of deactivated accounts as proof. A Redditor, Ibtrustri, posted, "The cousin sold the footage to the promoter. That's why the bag disappeared. It wasn't about money, it was about leverage." Their post got over 20,000 upvotes in a single day. Meanwhile, more context began to leak. A former member of his security detail came forward on a podcast, his voice disguised, saying, "There was a deal behind that concert. Somebody promised to hand over unreleased content if he didn't make it through the show, but someone tipped him off minutes before he walked out." That revelation connected everything. The mysterious call, the flickering lights, the abrupt walk-off. It all made sense now. He got the call warning him that his own blood was setting him up, and the only reason he left that stage was because he finally believed it. One of the most chilling parts came when a new file surfaced. A text exchange between two unknown numbers. "It's done?" "Not yet. He left early." "Then we failed." No names, no timestamps, but fans believed it tied directly to the setup. After days of non-stop chaos online, a new post appeared on Reddit titled, "His Response." It contained a voice note allegedly sent from YoungBoy to a friend. In the clip, he said, "They thought I'd crash out, but I seen the signs. That night saved my life." People started calling it the Rebirth Live, the moment he walked off stage. Not as a meltdown, but as survival. Blogs ran with the story, headlines reading "Betrayed but Protected" and "The Night YoungBoy Escaped." One fan wrote, "He didn't quit the show, he escaped a trap." That line went viral and became a whole hashtag, but not everyone was satisfied. Some people claimed the leaked footage was edited, that the cousin wasn't the real villain, that there was someone higher up pulling strings. A known fan theorist, Ib Decoded Again, posted, "The cousin was the distraction. The real snake was behind the money." This new angle caught fire. People began looking into his label, his promoters, even old management contracts. Suddenly, the betrayal wasn't just personal, it was systemic. It wasn't about family, it was about control. A Twitter space with over 30,000 listeners featured fans arguing about whether the setup was industry-driven or street-driven. One speaker said, "This ain't about no cousin, it's about ownership. That drive had more than music on it." Another voice chimed in, "You mean the hidden drive from the missing bag?" "Yeah," the speaker said, "that wasn't music. That was evidence." From that point, theories got darker. Some said the hard drive contained footage of secret meetings between his team and people who weren't supposed to be involved. Others claimed it had voice recordings of deals that would have ended his independence as an artist. And yet, through all of this noise, YoungBoy still said nothing. No interviews, no posts, no music drops, just silence. Until one day, a new snippet surfaced. A track reportedly recorded days after the concert. In it, he rapped, "Blood thicker till it spill on me. Thought you was family. You was killing me." Fans treated it like confirmation, a musical confession. A TikTok clip of that verse hit 5 million views overnight with the caption, "He told us the truth in bars." People dissected every lyric, every pause, every breath, searching for more clues. Then, something eerie happened. A message appeared on a private Telegram channel that had been leaking most of the behind-the-scenes content. The message simply read, "Part 2 drops at midnight." Sure enough, at midnight, another short clip appeared. This time showing a phone screen. Someone scrolled through a contact list, stopping on the name Blocked Caller. They pressed play on an audio file labeled YB Last Call. The audio started with heavy breathing and faint static. Then a woman's voice said, "You gotta leave now. He's not who you think he is." Then silence. That one line shattered whatever doubts remained. It proved that the warning call was real, and that someone had tried to save him before the betrayal went too far. By morning, Blogs were reporting that the cousin had gone off the grid. One outlet claimed he was in Texas. Another said he'd been confronted by members of YoungBoy's team. Nothing was confirmed, but the tension was undeniable. A post on Reddit from inside Baton Rouge read, "The footage wasn't supposed to leak, but once the truth came out, it was game over. The cousin's been cut off." A day later, a new video surfaced, not from any fan, but from someone inside his camp. It showed YoungBoy sitting in a dark room, looking straight into the lens. "Ain't no hate in my heart," he said, "but when you cross me, you gone forever." Those words felt final. Fans flooded the comments with crying emojis, heart emojis, and messages like, "He forgiving, but not forgetting." And just when it seemed like everything had been said, another shocking detail came out. The missing drive had been found. A music insider posted on X. The infamous hard drive from the Baton Rouge show has been located. It's in safe hands. No comment on what's inside. Within minutes, that post was deleted, but the news had already spread. People started saying that YoungBoy was planning to release the footage himself as part of a documentary. Others said he'd keep it private forever, letting the mystery live on. Either way, fans felt closure. Not perfect closure, but enough to breathe again. They believed he'd survived betrayal, seen the truth, and walked away stronger. A viral tweet summed it up best. He didn't lose that night. He woke up, but the story didn't completely end there. Because days later, a shadow account appeared on Reddit posting under the name YoungBoy. Their only message said, "What you saw ain't the full truth." No one knows who wrote it. Maybe a fan, maybe someone inside the circle, but it reignited the fire all over again. People started wondering, was the cousin just one piece of the puzzle? Was there another betrayal waiting to surface? Was the woman who warned him still safe? No answers, no confirmations, just silence. And that silence was louder than anything else. As the dust settled, one thing became clear. The night of that concert wasn't about a performance gone wrong. It was about survival, loyalty, and a message that still hasn't been fully decoded. Some fans say he'll tell the whole story one day in his music. Others believe he already has, between the lines, hidden in verses nobody's slowed down enough to understand. But for now, all anyone can do is keep guessing, keep piecing together fragments, and keep the mystery alive. The mystery alive. Because in the world of YoungBoy, every silence means something. Every flicker of a light, every deleted post, every cryptic lyric. It's all part of a bigger story the world still hasn't heard in full. And until that day comes, fans will keep asking the same question. What really happened to NBA YoungBoy at his last concert? But maybe the better question is, what almost happened? To this day, no one knows for sure. Maybe that's how he wants it. Maybe the truth is too dangerous to tell. If you made it this far, you already know this story is deeper than it looks. So now it's your turn. What do you think really happened that night? Was it betrayal? A setup? Or did YoungBoy play the game better than anyone expected? Drop your theories in the comments right now, because the fans are still split. Some think the cousin was just the face of something bigger. Others believe the real power move was made behind the scenes, and this whole situation was YoungBoy taking back control. What's your take? And don't forget, we're just getting started. If you're into exclusive leaks, street rumors, and behind-the-scenes breakdowns like this, hit that like button right now. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop the next chapter. Every detail matters, and the next upload might change how you see everything that went down. Share this video with your crew, your group chats, your TL, anywhere people talk about real hip-hop drama. Let's see who's got the smartest theory, because someone out there knows something the rest of us don't. And remember, nothing stays hidden forever. One day, the truth about that night in Baton Rouge will come out, whether it's through music, footage, or one more unexpected live. Until then, keep watching, keep questioning, and keep your eyes open. Because in YoungBoy's world, silence always means there's more coming.